very small minute signals are an edge to find out whether can I trade a pullback or a breakout around this point. Any questions around this so far? Let's see how this trade goes, by the way. Yeah. Any questions, guys? Okay, so this was about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, as I said, the key levels. We'll just quickly recap the key levels. As I said, one is this HVN here around your 40,000 areas. That is one level. Second is this pivot high, which is 38, 39, 600, 700 areas. Okay, and your key swing inflection levels at this point remain the other zone that we just spoke. So your this LV below this low volume node, which is 36 6, six. I think what is that 36 600 or 700 areas. Okay, so these are the key swing levels you'd want to watch out for the next week or so in terms of how it is holding up or trading around it. This, and I would say this. Okay, this and this bracket. Within this bracket, look for a rotational behavior and a breakout play outside this bracket. For a new swing opportunity. If this level gets taken out, definitely I'm hoping the high would be taken out as well.
Does it make more
15%.
sense to walk everyone through the cluster chart and some of the other order flow indicators just to give them a sense?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this, if you see, this is the imbalance chart in terms of as I said, plotting the imbalance. There's another option which is called as the cluster chart, which is typically plotting the imbalance as the bid and ask as well, but it gives you a bit of a flexibility around what you want to plot on on either side of it. So for in this case, for example, I have the net delta plotted and I have the volume plotted on the other side. Okay, so so this has a lot of options in terms of what you want to see on either side of of the candle itself on the bid ask frame essentially. Okay, so there are options. I'll quickly run you through those options. If you see, you could plot a wider candle in terms of understanding what the candle body is looking like, things like that. Toggle with the candle size and ratio, and then you can sort of also have it as a single pane or a double plane. If you just want to see volume profile charts within a cluster, you can do that. Okay, and that helps you understanding what the profiles of a specific chart itself are. Okay, you could configure any of these. So what is meaningful is one, the volume profile chart. The other, as I said, is the delta chart, which essentially helps you understand where deltas are, where more sellers or buyers are, and trying to find out where people have got trapped. Okay, if you see this gives you a very good indication that there were sellers at this level now, who would want prices to come down, else they would sort of start panicking. Okay, and then as I said, the volume chart is there. Of course, per candle you want to see a volume, it gives you very good context in terms of where the volumes are. Okay, that is the delta chart. And then you have the other order flow indicators is the bar statistics panel, which is nothing but plotting the order flow stats per bar. So within that, there are multiple settings available in terms of you want to see the delta cumulative uh, delta, cumulative delta, volume, or any other value for that candle that you want to see, min delta, max delta, trade taken, you can see in the bar statistics panel. Okay, and then you have the market profile indicator as well, in terms of instead of a volume profile, you want to plot the market profile. You might want to check there that as well. So nothing but you have to just enable this, and that's it. So I'll just So you have the sort of a market profile view, which you can also plot it with the a volume profile view as well. But otherwise, you have the market profile context as well. Again, what's the difference between MP and MP tick? MP is based on let's say snap data on market profile, let's say minute or more, and the tick would be based on the tick data. Generally, not much difference, but yeah, tick is based on tick data, so tick would be more accurate definitely in terms of the TPO, etc. Volume profile, you see the difference is more prominent because volume is essentially more precisely driven around tick than, let's say, the snap values. Okay, Sagar has a question on footprint charts when breakout happens. We'll just come to that for Sagar. Yeah, I'll just come to that. Market profile view, and as I said, you have the cluster view, you have the bar stats, and you have the delta the delta panel view, the delta view essentially. So the other is you might want to see the delta bars, which is nothing but cumulative delta plotted as a candle. Okay, so it could be cumulative, it could be standalone as well. So just to get a visual context of how delta is reacting with respect to the price. Okay. Chart. Okay, I'll take Sagar's questions first. Imbalance in footprint. Just a second, Sagar. I'm just getting the chart. So if you see, Sagar, let's talk about breakout or a breakdown. Let's say the breakdown in this case. Okay, so we had this candle as a sort of a breakdown candle with good volumes, prices coming down. Okay, everything aligning, so good volumes, good delta, good cumulative delta, right? What you want to see is a continuation around this essentially. So whether the breakdown will continue or whether the breakdown will reverse, and also to get a good entry. If you enter in the lows of this breakdown, probably the reward opportunity in this case it fell, but it's still not that high. What you want to see is a good breakdown imbalance level holding. So if you have an imbalance here, let's say for that level or a VPOC around that breakdown level, you want to see that level holding, and or use that as a stop loss. Essentially, you don't have to put a stop loss at the candles high or anything. You put a stop loss around that imbalance or a VPOC level and look for a rotation in the direction of the breakdown itself. Okay, so that way you are able to sort of take a low risk opportunity in terms of stop losses and your trade sizes, etc. Okay, and what's the difference? So in imbalance chart, what does high low marker indicate? The imbalance chart, just a second. HL marker,
The
I think
eight,
that's the
that's
yeah.
basically high minus low.
Oh, that's it. So essentially the high minus low, nothing else. Yeah. Yeah, others, any question around this? Imbalance. So how many are trading cryptos in this, by this in this general in this forum? Okay, no, no, not a problem. Then I'll cover other charts like Ethereum as well in terms of understanding, or we could talk about features, whatever helps. So if you want to talk about the feature, you could run through that, or probably you could cover the chart analysis. Okay, okay. The profile, the imbalance footprints are available for both the crypto markets and the Indian exchanges as well. So NSC, both futures, cash, and options data is also available, so you can use it for those symbols as well. And currently, as I said, as Go Charting said, these features are available free for a promotional offer, so you just have to go in, subscribe to the data package, and you can start using it. There are no additional charges for trying to use these features. Okay. Okay, this is the Ethereum chart essentially. So again, Ethereum, we of course had this breakout. If you see, this was your I'm looking at the hourly chart, and this was your key breakout zone. And this level has been a bit of a, bit of a pivot around this. We are trying to break down below it. If you do have a failed breakdown, that is what you would look for essentially at this point, because this has been tested. If you do have a failed breakdown, then you look for a rotation back. If else, if you start seeing a close below this, then definitely you'd want to see a rotation to this point, right? And this is pure price action analysis, nothing else. Then then what you do is essentially build the volume profile on top of it. So this is USDT as well, right? See, this is a good example of what different tick sizes would essentially do. If you see the volume profile chart here versus chart here, this is more granular. Okay, then this, the reason being is I would have set it at a higher tick size essentially. So you can toggle this tick size to a lower tick size. So for example, I make it, 100. Okay, then this becomes a little more granular, let's say, with respect to the profile view itself. Okay. And again, if you see, this area is a bit of a LVN for you. So this area essentially is a bit of a low volume zone, which you want to see whether prices are holding below or not. Okay, we are already holding on the lower edge of the profile today, so that is a risk in terms of price continuation. But generally, you'd want to look for a failed pullback here for it to pull back up. Else, prices would likely to rotate to this HVN here. Okay, else your primary target, now we want to see from an order flow oh, yeah, now you want to see whether essentially prices are able to hold or not within this level. How would you do it? We'd essentially drill down to a footprint or any other chart to see those things. Interesting is, if you see now, there has been aggressive buyer here with a pretty okay size compared to the seller here. That is number one sign for you that prices might hold. Second is, prices is trying to pull back into the VPOC of this candle, which was the one with a large volume and large delta. So what you'd want to see is at least prices to get above these sellers, okay, these sellers, for it to have any significance of a hold or not. Okay, else you'd look for a failure here and a continuation downward. So then, that way you've drilled down to more precise levels in terms of what you want to see and where you want to trade this in this thesis, right? Okay, uh, that's it in terms of how you analyze and sort of drill down further. As I said, right now you have had a relentless selling in terms of delta coming in, so the selling is there, but prices are around a key inflection point. So, and so this is your this zone, essentially this zone is what you watch out for, whether it's a hold or a pullback above, or we sort of fail here and rotate below for a larger swing move down on the downside. How to activate the bottom delta bars? This is nothing but the if you go to order flow panel, there is this delta bar setting, so you just have to select the delta bar.
All right, guys. If you guys have any other question, let us know, or else we'll probably wrap it up for this session.
There's an opinion that cryptos don't follow technicals. Yes and no. See, I'll tell you something very interesting. Okay, cryptos are relatively a much more nascent market than let's say equities and index and other markets are. Okay, so I would say the opportunities there are much more in terms of for a move to play a move than your equity and other index markets. Okay, and when it does, and what you call them is mostly a flow driven market. So if they don't follow technicals, what you're looking for is a flow driven move in terms of seeing aggressive orders and etc coming in both either on the buy side or on the sell side and trying to capture it. So that is another area where uh, you look at an matured market, right? If you look at a matured market like an equity index market or anything else, right, there are multiple types of orders. Somebody is slicing an order, somebody is putting a resting order, somebody is putting market orders, things like that. So there's a confluence of multiple orders and you need to still interpret a lot of information. But when you look something at a crypto where let's say it's not a matured market, so mostly there are limit and let's say market orders only. Okay, the degree of interpretation required is simpler, and for you to trade a flow in terms of breakout or breakdown is pretty more easier relatively than let's say an equity driven market. Seen profile as an option available like delta. Here it's there, right? This is bid slash ask. This, so this is bid into ask. Delta comma bid ask. I didn't understand. So you're saying left
So
on the delta and
yeah, so what he's trying to ask is, I think what he needs is a cluster chart.
yeah. So that's, I think if you go to the cluster chart, you have that view if you are asking. So if you see this is what I have. So delta on the left side and the volume on the right side.
And what he wants is a bid cross
Bid
ask.
and ask. I
So
let me just check then. Cluster. So on the right side, if you instead of volume, you
yeah, so
have
we will
your
probably need a single column instead of
uh,
dual column.
but then you'll not get a delta.
No, you won't
Uh,
have both. You can get
but
the
why
bid
would
and
you?
ask.
What I'm trying to understand, if you have delta itself, why do you want a bid cross ask again?
A little lower.
So if you have this, you're saying delta, let's say, or a bid ask here, right? So this is the bid ask. So I'll change the text size. So let me see. So if you see, this is the bid ask. Okay,
I think you can remove the profile, the show profile, so that it's clear. No, no, in the settings,
just a second.
go lower, a little up.
Point of control, show cluster, show profile. Okay, this is, I think this
No,
is what you want.
remove the profile, let's say, or remove the background.
Just a second. This thing? No. You see the background you're saying?
Yeah, change the color.
Yeah. Just a second.
So the background tick. No, there's a switch on the
Just a
background.
second. Just a second. Just a second. Sorry. Just a second. Which one is this?
So just below bid and ask, there's a switch. Just below that. No, no,
Okay. So
and
now
then
I
we
can
change
make
the
the
color to
text
white.
or to white. Yeah. Got it. So you're looking for this, is it? No, I mean profile as an option like bid and ask. A profile. You can speak up actually on the phone. That's okay, Raj. So you're saying profile as an option like bid and ask. A profile would show a simple bar.
Yeah, right. So I'm seeing this in market data software where there is a separate option, unlike say similar like bid and ask, where a profile bar it would show as per the volume if the volume is green or red. So I was
Yeah, so
wondering
what you
if
can
you
do
would be
is,
having such an option.
yeah, we just
Okay, so
had
you're
a
saying
conversation.
the volume essentially the profile length and the size would be based on that bid and ask. You're saying, right,
Yeah, right.
within
No,
the bar. Yeah, I got it. Uh,
So it's basically a bar
Go
like
ahead, sir.
don't have it. Yeah.
So you have a delta profile on the bar itself, largely. You're saying the profile itself constitutes of a delta, right?
Not delta. Basically, what I've seen is I don't know if you had a chance to look at that market delta software.
I've seen
So
that.
other
I've
than
seen
all
that.
the
Yeah.
yeah, so other than all the options that we have here, right, there is a separate option called profile. So
And the profile color is based on the delta you're saying, right? Coloring, the grading and coloring.
right, and the
Uh-huh, I
volume
know,
as
I
well.
know,
Like
I know, I know. SDI, I understand what you're saying. I've seen it in a different NT also. I'll show it to you sometime. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I got it. I got it. So yeah. What are some to use for cryptos? I think see indicators. I honestly keep it simple. Any indicator is either derived from a price or a volume. So I would rather say stick to simple charts, profile charts. You can use the VWAP. VWAP is a very good indicator. The only indicator if you have to use, probably try and using the VWAP. It's a good indicator to use. Okay, and otherwise look for as I said, look for the bid ask and order flow activity or the volume profile activity if you're looking at a volume profile or market profile, whatever suits you, if you're looking at a larger time frame swing play. Okay. So yeah. See, I'll tell you in terms of, as I said, somebody was asking whether technical analysis is good or not. But if you see, when you get an order flow activity on these charts, it is very easy to still enter late, have a follow through, and make money, which is not that easy for an index on any other charts. Where because you still need to look for a meaningful pullback. Okay, I'll run you through some examples. Just a second. If you see this this breakout, okay, the next few candles, this became a support in terms of the volumes or anything, the imbalance levels, right? Okay, so if you enter this, you still you have a potential to capture a move. But indexes and any other things don't move beyond a certain point. They, if you trade an S&P or a Nifty or anything, it would move a 2% plus move is, it's very difficult on a daily basis, right? Any on a given day. These days it's a different story, but otherwise, so you'd end up having a lot of rotation on indexes. So you might trade a breakout, go to a certain level, rotate backward, that sort of a thing. Because these are nascent markets, the propensity to trade one direction and give you a reasonable move is much higher than indexes typically. And because, as I said, the order types are less complex than index, typical S&P. There are a lot of HFT, other things happening, a lot of things happening where it's not a very straightforward limit on a market order. So what you see is an end result here, but eventually the order types are so variable, you still need a degree of interpretation and combination with other levels, where this becomes a lot more simpler in terms of understanding it. Okay, just I'll so any move, if you see any move in terms of you have an imbalance, you follow through and buy above it, or you have a good delta move, there's a chance that you'll get a decent move to make a sort of a profit out of it essentially. Okay, I think yeah, that's about it. If there are no questions, we can close it. We'll again catch up on
Guys, we just started a few months back conducting these webinars. So if you think that this format is something that suits you, uh, we would like to continue with this format. If you have any suggestion, right, to kind of structure it a little differently, we are open to such suggestions. I think that's it from my end, FNO.
yeah. So quick thing, this is the, for anybody new, this is the sort of platform gocharting.com. And within that, if you go, you need to look for a data plan essentially around NSC's futures. Crypto data is available for free. Okay, for Indian index data, you have to look for one of these plans. Depending on what you trade, we recommend typically start with a 10 10 symbol plan should be good enough for most cases. So go for a NSC 10 symbol or a or a FN, either a cash or a spot 10 symbol, which is good enough. It's any 10 symbol at a point of time. You do not have to sort of decide which 10. It could be just any active 10 symbol. You would generally not monitor more than 10 symbols, so you can take one of these plans to start with. Okay, and please use the platform, figure out how it is. There's an active community as well, and and the Twitter forum is there. Feel free to leave your feedback or anything on the Twitter forum as well.
And I think we have good documentation under Learn Decathlon. So
Yes, yes.
under the Learn tab, if if you go to the Learn tab on the top, yeah, so you have the Decathlon. So Decathlon is our official documentation platform.
So if you see there, there are enough sort of documentation available in terms of what it looks like. You might want to read through and understand as well. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. That is good. Okay, so yeah, the Discord channel is an active channel as well, so you can sort of reach out or suggest a topic, and we'll make it happen. Yes, of course. And if you want to again reach out to me, so you can reach out to me in Twitter. It's FNO Trader. So in that case also, yeah, pretty much there. So if you want to reach out to me as well, so around any of these to set up chats or anything, I've shared some of the settings that I've used. So feel free to use them in terms of Discord or any the imbalance or footprints or volume profile charts. Feel free to use them as well.
All right, that kind of brings us to the end. I've been recording this session. I'll probably post it on Twitter in some time.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Bye bye.